Good afternoon, folks. This is the Professional Development Guide. Today we're going to talk about making quick adjustments. Making quick adjustments. How locked in are you on your procedures? How locked in are you? Do you have any type of flexibility on your company procedures, your SOP, standard operating procedures? How locked in are you? Is there any flexibility? When an issue occurs, this is what we need to talk about. When an issue occurs, what does it affect? Is it because of staff shortage? Customer issue? What is a product or service issue? But the key is, does it cost you time and money? That's what you need to ask yourself, because that's what's going to help you determine whether or not you need to adjust, modify, or just outright get rid of your procedures that you have. When those three things occur, whether it's a product or service issue, a staff shortage, or a customer issue, and does it cost you time and money? Because we do not have time and money to waste. No one does, particularly if you're a small company. But no company does. No one wants to do it, even if they can afford to do it. So those are the things you need to weigh in when you're looking at it. Now, let's talk about when an issue does occur. Is there a plan in place? What do you have? You need to identify the issue first. Have you done that? Is there a procedure to do that? Find the cause. Let's find the cause. Let's weigh the pros and cons. Let's look at the different, what's good about this situation, what's bad about the situation, or what can be accepted about the situation, or what do we need to really strap in this situation? Do we need to just totally get rid of it? Those are the things you need to weigh in when you're looking at making quick adjustments. But quick is the key, because we're talking about time and money, and no one wants to lose that no matter what. Then you have to make a decision. Make a decision on what you're going to do. And this, one of the key things is why your procedures is so important, and to make sure that your procedures are proper procedures that's going to work for your company, your industry. Just because someone else has that you're in the industry with other companies, their demographics could be something totally different. Their situation could be something totally different. You have to react the way your company needs to react for your situation. You can't, there's no cookie cutter as far as procedures. You need to find out what works best for my company in the area that I service. Then you have to act. Once you make a decision, act. I mean, do it. Don't just make a decision, don't do it. Make a decision and actually do it. Follow through. Let's follow through, and more importantly, follow up to make sure that whatever solution you came with, that it worked. And then we actually implemented it. And it's a perfect time to say, hey, is this something that we need to implement within our procedures? Do we need to come up with new procedures because it did not work? It's a perfect time for that. And it's also a perfect time for, if it was an issue dealing with a customer, perfect time to always follow up and see what the customer thinks about it, because they're going to let us know whether or not it was a good procedure or not. They're going to give us the idea of this. Is this something that we need to implement, or something that we need to scrap? So always use your customers for their knowledge as well, because that's who we're servicing. And remember, that word is going to spread around within your community. So you want to make sure that you do that. So the follow-up is key. I can't stress that enough. Follow up, follow up, follow up. I think that's where a lot of people miss the boat. They get to that part, they do everything right. They go to everything right and get to that follow-up, and there's no follow-up. They get to that part and just don't do it. Just don't do it. So let's make sure that we're disciplining ourselves to make sure we do that follow-up. And we can't worry about whether or not it was a good idea or not. It's one way to find out, because if it was a good idea, you want to implement that. If it was a bad idea, you might want to modify it, you might want to scrap it. So let's, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but let's follow up. It's very, very important. It's that important. It could be an opportunity for modification on your procedures. It's a perfect opportunity. You learn from your mistakes. You can learn from adversity. And that's basically the point that I'm making. Let's learn from our adversity. Let's learn from the mistake that we made. Let's learn from the procedure that we did have in place that wasn't, I'm not saying it was a bad procedure, but it might not have been exactly what we needed for our customer in the community that we service. Folks, this has been your professional development guy. Please subscribe and share. If you have any questions or topics that you would like for us to discuss, please feel free to reach out to me at cflynn@expandbc.com. That's cflynn@expandb, B as in Bravo, C as in Charlie.com. Folks, it's been your professional development guy. I want you all to have a super fantastic week. Enjoy and be safe. Thank you.